If men over 55 have noticed that their intimate energy isn't what it used to be, Dr. Emily Carter wants them to pause, stop what they are doing, and pay close attention for the next few minutes. Because what she is about to reveal could completely change their sex life and overall health. Did they know that the pill their own doctor recommended for blood pressure, the one possibly on their nightstand right now, could be silently sabotaging their virility and robbing them of the potency they value so much? Until she discovered something that has a group of American gentlemen over 60 waking up each morning with firm erections, thinking more clearly than men in their 40s and feeling more virile than ever, all without a single little blue pill. Dr. Emily Carter is the speaker, and for 25 years helping distinguished American gentlemen, she has combined modern medicine with remedies perhaps known for generations. In this video, she will reveal 3 secrets that pharmaceutical companies don't want men to know about how to naturally regain their masculine potency. Viewers should stay until the end because she will share the home remedy that changed the intimate life of Edward, a respected 67-year-old businessman from Austin, and which could be exactly what they need. Let her tell the story of Edward because his transformation will surprise viewers. Edward came to her clinic 8 months ago, walking slowly with his gaze lowered, accompanied by his wife, Maria. "Doctor," he said with embarrassment, "I'm not the man I used to be. My wife tells me it's okay, but I know something is wrong." His tests showed something she sees in 80% of her patients over 55, testosterone levels below 300 ng/dL, an inflamed prostate, and most worryingly, clogged arteries that prevented blood from reaching where it needed to go properly. As a doctor, she knew the problem wasn't just age. The real enemy lay in 3 habits that Edward repeated every day, unaware they were slowly destroying his masculinity. The first silent enemy discovered in Edward's life was something millions of American men do religiously every night, without knowing the harm it causes, having their beer or glass of wine, spirits to relax before bed. "It's just one doctor to help me sleep better," Edward explained. But what he didn't know is that alcohol, although it seems to help sleep, completely blocks the deep REM sleep phase, which is exactly when the male body produces spontaneous nocturnal erections. Yes, even without intercourse, the body naturally activates 3 to 5 times each night to keep the erectile tissue healthy. Without these nocturnal erections, the penis literally atrophies. Furthermore, every drop of alcohol reduces testosterone, the fuel of virility. As the old saying goes, he who drinks much performs little. And it was right. But here comes what most doctors won't tell men. Edward also made the second critical mistake. He spent more than 8 hours a day sitting, first at his business, serving customers, then in the car driving through Austin traffic, later in his favorite armchair watching the news, and finally in bed with his cell phone before sleeping. This behavior constantly compresses the pelvic region, reduces blood flow to the penis, and literally shuts down the circulation needed to maintain firm erections. It's like having a kinked garden hose. No matter how much water pressure there is, nothing will come out. His own daily routines were strangling his sexual potency. And the third enemy, the most dangerous of all, was mental. Edward confessed something Dr. Carter hears constantly. "Doctor, I already feel like sex isn't that important anymore. Besides, I don't want to bother my wife." That thought, repeated day after day, sends a direct signal to the brain, "We don't need this anymore." And the body obeys. Sexuality has no expiration date. It only rusts when ignored. As the saying goes, use it or lose it. Now, what was done with Edward was revolutionary, yet surprisingly simple. First, the nightly alcohol was eliminated and replaced with something perhaps known for generations, a special tea Dr. Carter prepared combining fresh ginger, Ceylon cinnamon, and St. John's wort. This blend not only improves deep sleep, but ginger naturally increases blood flow. Cinnamon regulates blood glucose, preventing diabetes, which damages the penile blood vessels, and St. John's wort improves mood and reduces sexual anxiety. As tradition might say, for the man who wants to be strong, nature gives him everything he needs. Second, what Dr. Carter calls the gentleman's protocol was implemented. Every 45 minutes during the day, Edward had to stand up and do a specific routine: 10 gentle squats to activate pelvic circulation, 30 seconds of deep breathing to oxygenate the blood, and 5 minutes of walking, even if it was just inside his business. "It's like keeping the engine warm," she explained. "A car that doesn't move breaks down." In just 3 weeks, Edward noticed he woke up with more energy, and his morning erections began to return. But the most important change was mental and cultural. She told Edward, "You are an American man. You come from a culture often associated with strength. Men who achieve, protect, love intensely. That energy doesn't leave with age, it just needs to be rekindled." They began working not only on recovering his sexual function, but on reconnecting with his masculinity. She suggested he court his wife again as they did when they were dating, plan surprises, express his desires. Intimacy starts in the mind, she reminded him. Here's the secret remedy that changed everything for Edward and comes directly from traditional wisdom. Every morning on an empty stomach, Edward began to drink what Dr. Carter calls the warrior's elixir, a smoothie prepared with fresh spinach, celery, cucumber, a teaspoon of pure honey, lemon juice, and here comes the secret, a pinch of cayenne pepper. Spinach cleanses arteries and regulates sugar. Celery is a natural vasodilator. Cucumber hydrates and purifies. Honey provides sustained energy. Lemon alkalizes the blood. And cayenne pepper? Oh, cayenne pepper is magical. It contains capsaicin, which dilates blood vessels and sends blood directly where needed. As some traditions might say, the spice that burns in the mouth ignites the fire in the body. The results with Edward were impressive. In the first week, his morning energy improved notably. In the second week, he began waking up with firm erections. In the third month, his tests showed a 40% increase in free testosterone and a significant reduction in prostate inflammation. But the most beautiful thing was seeing him arrive at her clinic hand in hand with Maria, both smiling, she with a special sparkle in her eyes. "Doctor," Maria told her, "my husband is the charming man I fell in love with 40 years ago again." Now, let her tell viewers about Francisco, a 62-year-old retired teacher from Phoenix, because his case will teach something fundamental about the prostate. Francisco came to her clinic with a different but equally common problem. He woke up 5 times a night to urinate. He had difficulty starting the stream and felt he never completely emptied his bladder. His exams confirmed what she suspected: benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, inflammation that affects 80% of men after age 60. But here's what few doctors connect. Prostate problems and erection problems go hand in hand. An inflamed prostate presses on the nerves and blood vessels that control erectile function. It's like having an inflated balloon squeezing a hose. Francisco not only had trouble urinating, he had also almost completely lost his libido, and his erections were weak and inconsistent. The solution for Francisco combined modern medicine with a remedy possibly passed down through generations: pumpkin seed tea. Every night, Francisco started drinking an infusion prepared with a tablespoon of ground pumpkin seeds, chamomile, and horsetail. Pumpkin seeds contain zinc, the most important mineral for prostate health, and phytosterols that naturally reduce inflammation. Chamomile soothes the irritated bladder, and horsetail acts as a mild diuretic, helping to drain inflammation. But the real secret was something Dr. Carter discovered studying men in rural American communities. They consume much more lycopene than men in the city. Lycopene is that red pigment found in tomatoes, but especially concentrated when cooked. That's why she recommended Francisco do something very American: eat homemade tomato sauce daily. Not just any sauce, but one specifically prepared with roasted Roma tomatoes, chipotle pepper, adjusting spice, and garlic. This combination is not only delicious, but provides lycopene, anti-inflammatory capsaicin, and circulation-improving allicin from garlic. In 6 weeks, Francisco reduced his nightly trips to the bathroom from 5 to 1. His urinary flow improved dramatically, and as a wonderful side effect, his erections returned with a firmness he hadn't had since his 50s. "Doctor," he said in his last consultation, "now I understand why our grandparents ate so much salsa. It wasn't just for the flavor." But let her warn viewers about something crucial she constantly sees in her practice: the terrible mistake of self-medicating with expensive internet supplements or miracle pills that promise immediate results. 3 months ago, Roberto, a 59-year-old accountant from Dallas, came to her clinic. He had spent over $2,500 on supplements bought online, promising to boost his testosterone overnight. "Doctor, I've tried everything," Roberto told her, showing a bag full of bottles: Tribulus terrestris, maca root, Tonkat Ali extract, DHEA, zinc, magnesium. "Some make me feel anxious. Others give me a stomach ache, and my problem remains the same." His test showed something concerning. toxic levels of some minerals, and a liver working overtime to process so many chemicals. What Roberto didn't understand is that there is no magic bullet. The real solution lies in correcting the root of the problem, not covering up the symptoms. With Roberto, a completely different approach was applied based on something American communities have done for centuries: eating nutrient-dense foods instead of taking isolated pills. All supplements were eliminated and a specific dietary protocol began. Breakfast: farm-fresh eggs with spinach and avocado. Eggs provide healthy cholesterol the body needs to produce testosterone. Spinach offers nitrates, boosting nitric oxide, and avocado provides essential monounsaturated fats for hormone production. Lunch: black beans, lean beef or free-range chicken, and always a salad with tomato, cilantro, and red onion. Beans provide natural zinc and plant protein. Lean meat gives iron and complete protein. And that classic American salad is an antioxidant bomb that protects arteries. Dinner: fish when possible, especially sardines or tuna with steamed vegetables, and always a small glass of natural pomegranate juice. The change in Roberto was gradual but consistent. In the first month, his energy stabilized. He no longer had the ups and downs caused by artificial supplements. In the second month, he began to lose the abdominal fat that was converting his testosterone into estrogen. And in the third month, his tests showed balanced hormone levels and a notable improvement in all cardiovascular health markers. "Doctor," he said, "I spent $1,100 on pills when the solution was to eat like my grandmother." Now, Dr. Carter wants to talk about the most dangerous mistake American men make after 55, one that can be literally fatal: ignoring the signals the body is sending. Erectile dysfunction is not just a self-esteem or relationship problem. It is a direct window into cardiovascular health. Let her explain why. The arteries of the penis are the smallest in the male body. When there are circulation problems, these arteries block first, before those of the heart or brain. Therefore, a man who develops erectile dysfunction is 5 times more likely to suffer a heart attack in the next 5 years. It is not a coincidence. It is an early warning sign the body is giving. That is why when Aurelio, a 64-year-old taxi driver from New York City, came to her clinic saying, "Doctor, I don't function like before," the first thing she did was order complete cardiovascular studies. Indeed, Aurelio had coronary arteries with 60% obstruction, borderline blood pressure, and dangerously high cholesterol levels. His intimate problem was actually his heart asking for help. They worked intensely not only to recover his sexual function, but to save his life. What Dr. Carter calls the Strong Heart Protocol was implemented. Daily 30-minute walks after breakfast, never sitting for more than 3 consecutive hours, total elimination of sodas and junk food. And something very American that works incredibly well: dancing. Yes, dancing. She recommended Aurelio start dancing with his wife again on weekends like they did when they were young. Dancing is cardiovascular exercise disguised as fun. It improves circulation, strengthens the heart, reduces stress, and also reconnects emotional intimacy with the partner. As tradition might say, a man who dances well, loves well. In 6 months, Aurelio not only regained his erectile function, but his cardiologist was impressed with the improvement in his heart studies. But now Dr. Carter wants to reveal the most powerful secret of all, something she discovered studying centenarian men in certain rural communities. During her research and travels, she found something extraordinary: men aged 80, 90, and even 100 who maintained an active and satisfying sex life. What was their secret? First, they never stopped working with their hands. The connection between hands and creativity stimulates brain areas directly connected to sexual function. Second, they maintained simple but consistent daily physical routines: walking, carrying, planting, building. Third, and this is fundamental, they never lost their sense of humor or the ability to surprise their partners, but the real secret was in their diet. These centenarian men ate what Dr. Carter calls the longevity diet: lots of beans, leafy greens, like spinach, kale, specific local herbs, unsweetened cocoa, and pure honey. This combination provides all the nutrients the male body needs to maintain optimal testosterone levels well into advanced age. That is why she developed what she calls the American Centenarian Protocol, which includes 3 specific foods that every man over 55 should consume daily: First, a tablespoon of chia seeds soaked in water with lemon each morning. Chia provides omega-3s, complete protein, and fiber that balances hormones. Second, pure unsweetened cocoa, either in tea or added to smoothies. Cocoa contains phenylethylamine and anandamide, natural chemicals that improve mood and libido. Third, pure honey, possibly with propolis, a teaspoon before bed. Honey provides boron, a mineral that naturally increases free testosterone. Let Dr. Carter be very clear about something. Age itself is not the enemy of masculinity. She knows 70-year-old men who are more virile than 30-year-olds. The difference lies in how they care for their body, mind, and spirit. A man who respects himself, cares for his nutrition, stays active, and preserves the spark in his relationship can maintain a full sex life into his 90s or beyond. In her 25 years of experience, she has seen extraordinary transformations. Men who came to her clinic feeling defeated, ashamed, believing their best years were behind them, and who months later left renewed, revitalized, becoming the charming men their wives once knew. The key is to understand that virility is not just a sexual function, it is vital energy, the zest for life, the strength that drives men to wake up each morning with purpose. Therefore, if viewers identified with any of these stories, if they have noticed changes in their energy, desire, or intimate function, they should not ignore it. It is not normal, it is not just a matter of age, and it definitely has a solution. Starting is simpler than men think. Tonight, swap that beer for the ginger and cinnamon tea. Early tomorrow, walk 30 minutes before breakfast. The next time at the market, buy spinach, pumpkin seeds, and cayenne pepper. As Americans, men are fortunate to have access to foods that are medicine. Perhaps older generations knew it, ancestors lived it, and now modern science confirms what they always knew. Nature gives us everything needed to stay strong, vital, and virile until the last day of our lives. Wives, families, and men themselves deserve action. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't let pride or shame deprive men of years of vitality and happiness. They are American men, strong, achievers. That spirit runs through their veins. They just need to remember who they are and reclaim what is rightfully theirs, a full, virile, and satisfying life. If this video was helpful, let Dr. Carter know in the comments by writing, "I am a warrior," so she knows viewers are ready for change. Share it with that friend, brother, or buddy who also needs to hear this, and subscribe because she will continue sharing secrets that can transform health and life. Remember, masculinity has no expiration date. It just needs the care and respect men deserve.